Hey, amazing beings. Hello, it is Friday. And guess what time it is? It is time for Free and Clear Fridays with me, Dr. Sarah. So welcome here and now, welcome in the future, whenever you're seeing this. It was so funny because I got on here and I went live and all of a sudden it froze. And it kind of shut down. And I just love the space of living consciously because that's what it's all about. Like, instead of going into, oh my God, what went wrong? I just shut everything down, restarted it, and here we go. And what if that's actually how we're meant to live our lives? In the now, in the space that we always have choice and possibilities, even when technology doesn't work, even when, things go crazy around us. It's really about reminding ourselves that we are here in the driver's seat of our life and living. And it's fascinating to me when we have little things like that come in, how it actually has to I'm choosing to share it with you because it allows us to actually take it and create something greater for it and with it. So here we are, welcome, and I wonder what we are going to explore today. I wonder what we're going to get clear of today. What has been heavy for you today, in this moment? What's been heavy for you for this week? Well, let's go ahead and do a clearing on that. So everything that brings up, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pun poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow, so that is the clearing statement. And if you're not familiar with it, I'm going to include a link in the comments on IGTV where this will land after it goes live. So you can check out the clearing statement. It's part of Access Consciousness Tools. I use it all the time. I love it. And you may be familiar with it if you've hopped on here before. If not, you can check it out on my website, and I break it down to describe what each of the parts of the clearing statement mean. Basically, the aim is to clear anything that's limiting you. A heavy thought, a heavy feeling, an emotion, other people's stuff. You ever notice you're going through your day, you start out, let's say relatively in a space of ease, and then you see that one TikTok video or the reel or the Instagram or the Facebook. Let's just use social media since this is what I'm speaking to. And it is like one of those things where you're like, ooh, that reads kind of heavy. Or you sense someone being presenting one way but actually is another, or you're picking up the nuances of something doesn't read correct, and all of a sudden your mood starts to go a little wonky, or then you're just noticing something heavy. So that's what these tools are great for. They're great for clearing the energy, clearing the space so that you don't have to carry around extra heavy energy no matter what it shows up. So let's clear on that. So anything that's present with you that's been heavy for you, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pun poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And that's what I love also about this living consciously and being in the space of you are your own resource and knowing. And that we're meant to be in the space of a question and being curious about what things are rather than conclusions. Have you ever crossed the path with the idea of having to say affirmations like I am something or I am not something? I notice when that happens, when I see those kind of encouragements, that it usually rubs me the wrong way. Have you ever noticed that? I am worthy rather than I am not worthy. Well, really, I'm not either. And when I actually conclude one way or the other, it reads wonky. Or if I'm sensing I'm worthy, saying I'm not worthy, I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me anymore, especially when we are so much more than anything. So to conclude anything about ourselves, to try to convince ourselves of something that we are or we're not, doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? I wonder. we are now evolving out of light consciousness, which is kind of like more of a, and this is by no means a limitation in terms of a conclusion, but just this more spiritual, metaphysical kind of thing, to even a greater capacity of tapping into something more, something beyond. And when we're living in a question and we're living in a curiosity, when we're in a choice and possibility, that's creation, that's actualization. We don't have to waste our time trying to get ourselves somewhere, to try to convince ourselves of something. We want to be in the moment of creation. And there are 4 elements to creation. And I'm going to be on repeat a lot, but it never comes in the same way twice. So the 4 elements of creation are question, choice, possibilities, and contribution. So when we're tapping into those 4 elements of creation, which I consider like the elements of consciousness really too, it's all kind of synonymous is the word I'm looking for. When we are looking at that, that's where we can go beyond a self. We can go beyond what we define ourselves to be or not to be. That is the question. So anyway, when we're in that space of question, choice, possibilities, and contribution, it's there that we can start getting clear on what it is that we desire to bring into our current moment or into creation. And this is what brings me to the topic really of the week. And at least for, with the Dr. Sarah stuff. And you may have saw the video from earlier this week. You may have not, but I'm going to talk about it here. It was actually a really quick little ditty of a video, but it talks about, in writing, about targets. Like, what's your target for 2022? What's your target? Now, you could also plug in the word aim. What's your aim? We tend to do goals in this reality. When we do goals, we are actually doing more concrete ways of trying to get somewhere. Like, if I reach this goal, then this will happen. Or I need to get this goal accomplished in order to show that I've accomplished something or whatever. A goal can actually be limiting. A goal is very linear and not really flexible in its capacity to change up or give you some room to be in the question. A goal can actually be a conclusion. Now, when we do targets or aims, that really opens us up for more space around what we're looking to create. So I have an aim of creating, let's say, more money flow, or an aim to get my business where I would like it to go, or my relationship. When we do aim and target, we can be present with what we're looking to create, but we can also change it up. So if I'm not reaching my target, I can be in the question of, okay, so what's it going to take to change this? What would I like to create instead? Or like, if I reevaluate what this target is, what does it look like now? It gives us more room to navigate and actually create what we desire rather than get stuck in an agenda of, now that I said this is what I want, this is what it has to be, and if it doesn't match it, somehow I'm failing. So everything that brings up. Everywhere you've done goals and it's never worked, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, have you ever found, this whole idea of like New Year's resolutions? It's kind of like going out pretty quickly, since almost people don't care to do resolutions anymore. Because look at even the word resolution, conclusion, goal. Like, no thank you. And do you ever notice that if you have done that way of creation, it may not work very well? Or if you're not reaching your goal, or you're not in the resolution of it, you're failing. Well, what if that's a lie? What if it's now just looking at what else is possible? So everywhere you've done New Year's resolutions and they never worked, and everywhere you've wronged yourself for failing at them, like The new year, a lot of people do more of like the fitness challenge or trying to lose weight or who knows, whatever you want to call it. But it can set us up, like if you do a goal of that as a resolution, to not being able to follow through or not long-term change that you may be looking for. So everything that brings up, everywhere you set a goal for a resolution that you failed at and wronged yourself and you're still stuck in the wrongness from years ago, let's destroy and uncradle that now, please. Yeah. Right, wrong, good or bad, pun, buck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Woo, that has a lot of energy to it. And I am just like, got chills at the same time. This is how I pick up on energy. So again, everywhere you've done a goal and you didn't reach the goal and then you wronged yourself for not reaching the goal and you're still on yourself and judging yourself for not reaching that goal, whatever that goal may be, let's destroy it and create it all again. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So you notice as we start clearing these things, one thing may read heavy and we clear and we use the clearing statement again. That's really what we require doing, especially for these things that are a little more ingrained, a little more longevity to the heaviness. Like it's probably been around a while, because how much are we encouraged in this reality to follow a protocol, follow the leader of whatever it is that you're looking to change? What if you are your own leader? What if you are your own knowing? What if you access you to create that change? And that's where these 4 elements of creation come in. That's the entry point. You can take any one of those and use it. So anything that will allow you to know that you know that you know. Destroy and uncradle that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You know, us humanoids, and I talk about human and humanoids according to, the access kind of way of looking at it. It's us humanoids, we really, generally speaking, can't be told what to do. Have you ever noticed that? I can't be told what to do. Truth be told. However, I am open to receiving when it's a choice and possibility. So anything that will allow you to know that you can be in the choice of possibilities rather than told what to do, destroy and uncradle that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, lock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I see some comments in the live. Yes, you're welcome to ask a question if I'm able to address it. I'm happy to do that. If not, you can add that to the IGTV link, and I'm happy to answer it over there once that lands there if it doesn't get addressed here. But anyway, yes. So now, what is available to you if you were to be in the space of a creation based on an aim? What aim do you have for 2022? There's an extra 2 in there, not 2020, 2022. Let's be clear. And or target. So you could use a target or a name. What's popping for you right now? Just be with that. Anything that will allow you to get clear on that. Anything that is popping, wow, so cool. And anything that does confuse you, let's destroy and uncradle that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what you could do is take that aim or target, look at it, and ask, is now the time to create this? Is now the space for it to be available? When you start asking some questions about it, you'll get some clear answers to see. Sometimes things are not ready to come through. Sometimes they are. What would it take to create this? But do you notice as I'm asking these questions, I'm not looking for an answer. I'm looking to actually be with the curiosity from which then there may be steps to take. There may be some room for you to move into the creation of it as you start asking the question. So anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So I am reading a question here. To change myself, I have started intermittent fasting with workout, Will it be beneficial for a long run? Well, I would encourage you just to be in the question of that. And just to be in the awareness of asking if this is what your body desires. I say anything that reads light for you and is true for you will have longevity. So, because when we're in the space of that, then we're really tuning into what it is we require. It could be something that reads light for you now, and then you may notice as you continue on, it gets heavy. You just want to keep checking in, and if it does get heavy, you could be in the question of what else is possible. So that's really the key here to anything, and it works with everything. The key thing here is to check in, ask yourself some questions, and that idea of light or heavy. So in case I haven't explained this thoroughly, instead of things being a right or wrong, or a good or bad, we want to ask, is this light or heavy? It's a read on the situation, a read on whether or not this may work for you. So you just want to start asking the question, light or heavy, and then keep choosing it until maybe it doesn't. You know, sometimes there's a difference between like this idea of it being challenging and also it just doesn't read light anymore. A challenge could still read light, and even though it may be uncomfortable at times with it or difficult, but that doesn't mean it won't work for you. It may be like, yeah, you know, it is difficult, but it reads light to continue to use that protocol. So thank you for your question, and I apologize, I don't know your name, and it's difficult to use the @ kind of symbol for the Instagram, so I just want to acknowledge you. Thank you for sharing the question, and that was a great question, actually. Hopefully I'm shedding some light on what this could be for you, and if that was helpful. But I say you just go with what's light, and those things that then, like we're even saying, let's say that's your aim, and you can be with that and keep choosing it. And if something changes with it and it doesn't seem to be working for you anymore, what else is possible you could choose now? So that's really, you can see how this could work in so many different ways. So I really am grateful for you to share that. And wow, our time is flying by when we're having fun, right? So I'm wondering, is there anything currently in this moment that's heavy for you? A heavy thought, a heavy feeling, an emotion, anything that's been heavy this week, because I like to look over the week and check in with you guys. Anything that's been heavy, let's destroy it and create it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And has there been something this week that's been light? What do you notice about that? It's really important for us to acknowledge that too. So what has been light for you this week? Anything that won't allow that to continue to be light, let's destroy it and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, good. I just got feedback from the person that wrote the comment. It said, oh, it's okay. My name is difficult to pronounce. Thank you so much for answering. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for being the amazing being that you are. And I'm just so grateful for you and for each of you. You guys are amazing. And yeah, so I wonder what else is possible. Be this week with what aim you have. There can be more than one aim. There could be more than one target. There's no limitation to that, right? Sometimes, though, you may write it down. You could keep a working list and keep it going and check in with these different things and see, if now's the time or not. But the overall, thing to take here with you is more ease, more calm, aiming for the space of joy. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Love that mantra. How's it getting better? And have an amazing week. I have your back. You can find me everywhere on social media here, and check out some of the videos if you're ever having a difficult, challenging time. There's bound to be a video in there that will speak to it. And I have your back always. And I'm so excited by all the possibilities. We really need to keep this energy going in this year of 2022. now's the time, now's the space to be it, my friends, you amazing beings. And I will look forward to seeing you next Friday. Next Friday, probably next Friday at some point. I'm not sure the timing of it. I start my foundation class on Friday. Some of you will be joining me. I would be so excited if you could, if you do. If not, you will find me here most likely on Friday on a break. I will get to you and share with you another Free and Clear Fridays. So have an amazing week. Again, as I like to say, I have your back, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.